everybody, what's going on today? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over the best zone hitters to use in the game for zone hitting. Yesterday we did the ones for directional hitting and went over those, and now we're going to go over the best zone hitters to use in the game. So you guys do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man, subscribe. And we will have a second video coming out tonight at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. It'll release. It's going to be a very interesting pitching attribute video. It's going to show you the most important pitching attribute. It's not even on the first page of the attributes of the card. So you guys make sure to check that one out. It'll change exactly how you pitch in this game going forward the rest of the year. So let's go over zone hitters and the zone hitters to use in the game, the best ones right now. The first one here, everybody knows I'm a Rangers fan, but I don't think I'm, just picking him because he's the homer pick right here. It's Joey Gallo. I mean, come on. Everybody knows Gallo is the GOAT of this game as far as home runs go. Vision, as you can see with zone hitters, does not matter nearly as much as it does with directional. Directional, you need a much higher vision number, and you want higher contact numbers. With zone, it's going to be the opposite. It doesn't really matter, actually, as far as the contact and vision at all. If they happen to be high up there, then that's good. If not, then it doesn't really matter. It just affects the size of your PCI and your ability to square up the ball. But the 112, 114 on the power is insane on this Gallo card. He can play gold defense at secondary positions, so that's awesome. And even at the primary position as well. And he plays a lot of them, so a great card there. We've got the Mickey Mantle card. This card was one that was mentioned yesterday as well for directional. Obviously, look at the stats. I don't have to go over why this one's good. You guys can tell why this one's good. It's supposed to be the best card in the game right now, okay? So Gary Sheffield, same thing. He was on the squad yesterday for directional as well because of that high vision. But he can be versatile as well, just because it's one of the collection cards. It's supposed to be on here, as well as Biggio. So we're not going to even go over Biggio as well here. First base though, Jason Giambi. Oh my God, if you guys can complete the Yankees collection, this Giambi card is insane. This is online stats for me in just a brief little snippet that I had used him. Batting 385 with 8 home runs, 20 RBIs, 7 doubles. The dude's a machine. I love this card. The defense isn't great, but he's at first base, so it's not as important. This is a great zone hitting card, man. That 101 power is ridiculous. You were going to hit some big bombs that you'll get to watch those replays on and taunt your opponent a little bit there. If, maybe he wasn't being too nice earlier in the game or something. So, but here at shortstop, Gleyber Torres, man. Gleyber Torres. This card, if you go earn the face of the franchise card here for the Yankees, you can do it with no money spent. You can do it with no stubs spent, minus the stubs it takes to do Showdown, but you will earn those back throughout completing Showdown. So you can go in there and complete that enough times to be able to unlock this card. Or if you got like 25,000 stubs, you can go do the exchanges repeatedly until you get him, and you can get him right now. Last check, they had gone up just a little bit. So, but this card, the 93-96 power on this card, I'm going to tell you, it plays way higher than that. Pop on cards this year is insane. And just because they say 93-96, you've got to almost add like a somewhere of a 5 to 10 range to that, it feels like, on some cards. This is one of those cards. Glitchy swing, and just an amazing card here in the show this year so far. Ryan Sandberg was on both squads. I have him on both. He actually has sneaky more pop than the 86-83 shows. Now, that is good, and we were told by SDS that anything over 80 is going to be a, when you perfect square it up, that it should be a home run. So, this is over 80, but it's right there borderline-ish. But he plays much higher than that, man. He's doing pretty good for me. I do only have 6 home runs with him, but a lot of doubles in the gaps there and a couple triples as well. So that's in online stats right there with him. So enjoying that. But Mike Piazza, this Piazza card, if you complete the Dodgers collection, and I know some of these are a little bit out of some people's range. We're going to go over gold ones as well, and just a few silvers as well too. And then you'll kind of get the idea of what kind of cards you want to look for to use for zone hitting. But Mike Piazza right here, completing the Dodgers collection is how you get this card. That 107 power against lefties is insane. 74 is well enough, high enough there to be able to get home runs against righties. And he's got a nice vision contact range too. So this is a pretty good card here for catcher. On this particular bench for this squad, the zone squad, I've got Willie Stargell, who is just nasty, man. That 100, 102 power is going to suit you quite well. Matt Olson, who has been nasty for me. His average fell quite a bit, but he was hitting some bombs there while I was using him, so he ended up getting removed from the squad just because of strikeouts, man. That vision, I still prefer a higher vision number, even for myself, because I'm still new to zone. But it's just not a requirement. It just depends on the size you want your PCI to be. So this Mike Schmidt card here, this is a really good card too, man. Against lefties, platoon kind of card. 105, 110 on the contact and power. Diamond defense there too, if you wanted to start him and put him out there in the field. And then Nolan Arenado with the 99-99 on the contact and power there, the dueling 99s for his hitting. So that's another nice little platoon card. And then of course we've got Mike Trout on here because 112 power and 88 power, and it's Mike freaking Trout. You know, how can you not reel this one in? Haha. Had to make the joke, sorry. Anyway, but 112 power is awesome there for the power in this card. I love this card. And you know, he's been great. His average fell a little bit for me. Again, it's a vision thing, man. I still think Mike should have a little bit higher vision than he does. Even though he strikes out a little bit, still his vision should be a little bit higher, maybe. But 9 home runs and a few doubles and stuff. He was doing okay for me online. He is not on the squad though anymore. We're playing a little bit different style now. So let's go check out the rest of some of these diamonds and golds and a few silvers that are awesome for zone hitting. And we'll march along the way here. I would say this Todd Helton card is a decent card you could use for zone hitting. He's actually pretty good. If you can earn the red diamond, prestige diamond, he's going to have a little bit more power. Obviously, all these numbers will go up by 3. If you notice that on the cards, that is the trend. And that's going to give him a little bit more power and nice PCI. I skipped over one. The Pudge card actually is pretty good, man. In the online play that I had with him, 338 with 5 home runs. He was doing pretty good, 5 doubles. So he's got a little bit of sneaky power there. Let's see. We've got Duke Snider. Duke Snider you can use, and you can get this card probably to play against right-handed pitching mostly, I would say. I wouldn't use him against lefties really. Maybe a platoon off the bat or something like that. That might be the recommendation. Here's Vlad Guerrero. You can get this one as well in collections. This one would be a good card against really anybody, but really against righties, man. He's got that reverse split there of the power. So against righties, you're going to have a nice bit of pop with this card. The Robbie Alomar card, this one actually doesn't have a lot of power. Cody Bellinger, I mean, come on, man. You're going to hit belly bombs with this card like crazy. You know you are. Definitely Bellinger. You can use this. He could have been on the starting squad too. There were several that could have made it that just didn't. But he's a definite go-to card. The Anthony Rizzo card, I think this one was mentioned yesterday as well in the directional video. Should have been if not. But this one is a good card as well. He can hit plenty of home runs for you. Good vision, so you're gonna have a nice PCI window there. But you're able to get plenty of pop with 82.75. Juan Soto, oh my gosh. This card's a glitchy card this year, man. I swear I feel like I'm facing the Gallo card when he comes in. When he comes to the plate, it seems like it's a home run every time. I wish I could see what my all-time stats are against this card online. Maybe I don't want to see it. Maybe you guys would like to see it. It'd probably be funny, but I don't want to see it. I just can't. I can't. So the Carlos Correa card is awesome here as well. 95 power against righties, so he's got that reverse where he is a righty hitter for power, but the contact number is better against lefties, so you can put him in against either, and you can still hit home runs. We'll go to the next page here. Ronald Acuna Jr., of course, obviously a live series card that is just insane. So that's a good one for power there. 79 and 88. Christian Yelich. Oh yeah. I mean, he's over 80 on both, but at 100 against righties. I mean, yeah, this card's going to rake, man. It's a nasty one. Mookie Betts. How the hell did Mookie Betts only get 68 and 65 on the power? I really feel like this card was done no justice this year, in my opinion. But Should have been in at least like the 75 to 75 range. Yeah, I'm going to say right about there. I feel like he's lacking like maybe 10 points on both the power notches and a little bit on the contact too, in my opinion. But anyway, this Mookie card plays way better than the 68, 65 shows. It's not for everybody, but it played well for me. So that's a good one you can check out right there. Anthony Rendon is going to have awesome power too, 73 and 90. So that's a good one. The Carlos Santana card you can get through Face of the Franchise for the Indians, and he's a switch hitter who can play first base, catcher, and third base. So awesome card to have, maybe on the bench as a just-in-case card, or maybe you want to start him too. But great pop, man, 83-83 against both left and right-handed pitching. Aaron Judge, 95-95 on the power wheel right there, man. So he's doing great. The vision's going to be tiny like Joey Gallo with this card. But if you get a hold of it, it's gone. Whit Merrifield, not really for power. Not for power. All right. Francisco Lindor, you could use a little bit for power, man. He's a little bit more powerful than it looks, I think, on the card itself. 76, 67. So not bad. Willie Mays, maybe as a platoon bat, to face lefties. This particular card is not going to have as much pop as when he gets a better card later in the year, I assume. Alex Bregman as well is a decent one to use. 71 and 84 on the power there. We've got Luis Gonzalez is okay against righties, but not too great against lefties for pop. And that's what you're looking for. I mean, with zone hitting, you're looking for pop, man. That's what you're looking for power. You want to hit home runs. You want lift. You want carry. You want exit velocity. And you're going to have high power numbers to get that. So 74 against righties for this card, possibly righties, but not lefties. Byron Buxton actually has a little bit more power than it shows, I think, in my opinion. 65, 67. He probably plays in the high 70s, it feels like. Ryan Klesko, nice little platoon bat against right-handed pitching here. For this one in particular, he is 96 power there against righties. Moving on here to the rest of the diamonds. Freddie Freeman, good card here for zone hitting, I believe. Kyle Seager's always been sneaky good against both zone and directional, in my opinion. Ketel Marte is a good one as well. Let's see. Javi Baez. Baez is a good card. I would recommend using this. The live series cards are cards that you can much more so get away with using on zone than you can on directional as far as length into the game after launch. Usually those first couple months, after that, you really don't want to be using too many live series cards. You want to move on to like the flashbacks and the legends because the attributes are going to assist you more. But with zone, you have the ability to use just sneaky good cards you find that just are glitchy and work great for you. So I would go David Ortiz. That's a good card here as well. This Sheffield card, of course, is going to be good just like the other one. Much less expensive too as far as stubs go. Victorino, not really much power out of that card. The Torrey Hunter card has a little bit of pop, man. 77-70. Bryce Harper, best live series home run hitter I had on the squad. 17 home runs online. This thing was insane. I don't know what it's 80-85, but I swear to God, it plays like 100 and 105. It's nuts. I love that card. Didn't really use this George Foster, but he might not be that bad. 69-71. He might have a sneaky swing. You'd have to mess around with that one a little bit. Garrett Anderson, okay, but nothing too special. Realmuto's actually got more pop than this shows, in my opinion, and his cards always kind of do with a glitchy swing. Trevor Story, absolutely. If you were using zone hitting, consider using Trevor Story. Good defense. He's got the power. Vision's a little low, but he's got a little bit of speed too, so that's a good card right there. We're almost to the golds here. Pete Alonso, of course. Of course we're going Pete Alonso, man. 103, 106. He's the right-handed Joey Gallo card. I mean, pretty much, except he can only play first base. That's the only big difference right there. But he's got more vision, too, than Gallo. So I hear this card is much like the Frank Thomas card last year, the Diamond one signature series. So pay attention to this one if you have this one in your inventory. Not too much on Evan Longoria for home runs, but he was a base hit machine for me on zone hitting. So I might check that out. Here's Springer as well. This one will be good for zone hitting. And then Alberto Mondesi is a glitchy card, 74, 69, and 87 contact against lefties. It's a really glitchy card. I like using it. I think you guys will too. Jose Martinez is a decent bat, man, against really everybody. I can't believe they have the shift on this card this year, though. It's kind of weird. Jose Altuve, of course, Maybe more so for a contact hitting kind of guy, but not as much power. But he just still does have power. And without live series attributes affecting these live series cards right now, we don't get that uptrend of power for the daily stats. This Matt Chapman card, man, I didn't do that well with this one. I know he has enough power, but it just wasn't working for me. Of course, Curtis Granderson, this card's free. You can go earn, and he is an absolute beast. All right, gold cards that you guys want to use for power. Let's see, gold Frank Thomas here, of course. I think you get this one for the A's collection, so that's pretty actually easy to get. It's not that bad. Power guys, let's see, Machado against lefties, good power. JD Martinez, sneaky power. He's always got a glitchy card in the game. LeMahieu is not that powerful this year's game so far. At least not that version there. Giancarlo Stanton, of course. I mean, look at that. 88-104 on the power that we've got for him. Chris Bryant, sneaky good card, man. I was using this one in Moments or Showdown, I think it was. And oh my God, man, he was hitting so many home runs for me. So I love this card. The throwback Griffey definitely is usable. Maybe more against righties than lefties, but you can use that one as well. The throwback Bryce Harper did pretty good for me until I got his live series diamond. So it was good also. If you guys are close to that in the XP Reward Path program. Xander Bogaerts, decent power, man. 70 and 80 power there for a shortstop. So if you're looking for that, more pop from your shortstop, he's pretty good. Let's see. This Matt Williams isn't too terribly bad as well. Against righties, McNeil's okay for power, but not lefties so much. Marcus Simeon's okay. Kind of a weird swing, glitchy swing. If you can't afford and go get that Juan Soto, the face of the franchise one, come get the gold one. 90 power still against righties, so he's still going to blast home runs with a glitchy swing, which is insane. Goldschmidt against lefties, 91 pop, definitely a good platoon kind of bat. This Olsen card would be comparable, obviously, to the face of the franchise one of his as well. Rizzo, same thing. Gallo, same thing. Correa, same thing. All right, Ozzie Albies, not too bad against lefties, but not known to have a lot of power against righties. Suarez is glitchy this year. Check this one out, 90-92 power. So definitely a nice one. Torres, same thing as the others there with the face of the franchise. Josh Bell, always a good power swing in the game. Some of these prospect ones have some power, but some don't. It's kind of strange like that. Justin Turner's kind of poppy this year. You might give him a shot. Josh Donaldson as well. Grandal, good card. The Santana, not Merrifield for power so much. Castellanos, good power against lefties. Not Ozzie Smith, he has no power. Not that card at least for sure. Wilson Contreras is a decent power card. Ozuna's a decent power card. Austin Meadows is a decent power card as well with a glitchy swing I felt this year. Devers, Tatis. So you guys get the idea, though, I think, as we're going through these cards, man. I feel like I'm just kind of getting repetitive, and I don't want to just keep sitting here going, same one. So you guys get it. You want high power. You want, vision doesn't matter so much. The bigger the number on the vision, the better it is, but it's not a necessity. And then contact doesn't matter so much as well for zone hitting. You just want to square up that PCI. Try to get as many perfects as you can. And see if you can send the ball to the freaking moon from there. So that's pretty much the goal. So we'll end it right there. You guys make sure to check out that video, like I said, later today at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll get released out here on the channel. It's going to cover the most important pitching attribute that you don't even know is there because it's not even on the first page. And I'm going to go over what it does and how it's going to change your pitching game going forward the rest of the year. You guys do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.